what kind of upgrades do you think are needed for that stadium where this money can be put to good use?
Look, as much as this kills me,
Oh,
and like I know I'm going to be the unpopular opinion here, I know it. I think that if we're living in 2022 and your team plays in the freezing cold, and you do not have a retractable roof, you're not doing it right. You're not. Like you don't have to have a dome, but when it's 7 degrees outside and you're fighting for a playoff game, you're telling me that's what you want going on? You're going to get the hardcore fans saying yes, but no. Ask Najee Harris if he wants that going on week 17 when they're fighting for a playoff spot and he just touched the ball 300 times.
So here's where a lot of people, probably including me, are going to disagree with you. I feel like more than anything, that's kind of part of like the identity whenever it comes with like Steelers football in December fighting for a playoff spot. If you have like a team that's not accustomed to playing in these conditions, like any team on the West Coast, a team like the Dolphins or like the Buccaneers or something, you want every advantage you possibly can, which includes playing in a freaking blizzard on Sunday
Yeah, but
Night
is it an
Football.
advantage if you're isn't it like what if you're playing New England? Is it an advantage?
No, then it's just level playing field from there.
Well, don't you want that level playing field to be played on dry? Like it's a retractable roof. You get to determine when it's open, when it's closed. You know, if the Chargers are coming to town or Vegas, if the Raiders are coming to town Christmas Eve, it's snowing. Just like you're saying, I get it. Like I definitely get it. And you're both fighting for a playoff spot still. You keep that open. You don't even think about closing that puppy. You're telling everybody all week long. You're looking Mitch Trubisky right in the eyes, and you're like, "Oh, you better get used to Kenny Two Gloves because it's gonna be slippery out there. You're gonna have to get some grip on the ball." You're telling Najee Harris, "Look, I know that you're from Bama, but you're up here. You built the snowman. You're used to this. We're keeping it open." You know. But if New England's coming to town or Baltimore's coming to town, and you're like, "Well, maybe not Baltimore because of Lamar, but Cleveland's coming to town, Cincy's coming to town," you're looking at them and you're saying, yeah, well, we're going to close it. There's no need for us to suffer to do nothing to our advantage. That's just like, it's a retractable roof. Like, and it's not even so for the players, but for the fans, because any fan, I've sat in a January game in the end zone where there's nothing blocking you. Nobody, and I don't care how diehard old school fan you are, if you're sitting there and it's 7 degrees, the wind's coming like a freight train off that river, and you got 7 layers on with a jersey on top of it, sipping some hot cocoa and a beer, you are not sitting there going, man, this is a great time. I'm enjoying myself very much. You're not. You're like, I can't believe I bought these tickets. It's the third quarter. I have to take the ferry across the river in this afterwards. I just want to go home. Get a retractable roof. That's all. It's just how I feel. This is just how I feel.
Did you see Jerome Bettis's comments on the new stadium?
I have not.
No, so it wasn't more so towards the name, but more so directed towards the atmosphere. He said that Three Rivers Stadium was basically a much better stadium in terms of environment than Heinz Field ever was, and said that people were like sitting in the stands at Heinz Field, and it just wasn't quite as electric as the presence Three River Stadium provided. I thought those were really interesting comments. I can't say I disagree with him. Obviously, you have like the big time games the Steelers played there, any of the AFC championships in recent memory, than any like the big playoff games. It can definitely get loud in there. It can for sure get loud in there. But like when you think of the NFL's like most intimidating places to play, I feel like Pittsburgh really is never brought up in that conversation.
Yeah, I don't know if I disagree. I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just that startled me. Why? Yeah, you don't think that they do? I don't know if I've had those conversations.
When you ask when you ask like the average NFL fan, like give me your top places that you would just dread going to as an opposing team. They're going to give you the typical answers. They're going to give you Arrowhead.
Yep.
And then they're going to give you Seattle. Those are normally the top 2 places. You'll hear stuff like New England because you
Yeah,
get
New
super loud
England.
in there, and then pretty much like any like dome team that can
Yeah, New
amplify
Orleans.
the sound. Yeah, no, for sure, New Orleans is a good one.
Dome teams. You want to amp that atmosphere up. You get people out from under the covers and into a dome where it's all echoing. Boom.